Boy. Went off to sleep as soon as I finished eating. Tired. Feel better tomorrow. Silver finds his people. Yep. Knock him out with a frying pan. Tossed people. I wanted to have one night where I could sleep in peace. That's before I said I believe matters are far more serious than I previously thought. Never would have imagined the Castamubria would show itself. He knew about it. God, he knows.
He does know.
He's best to tell you about it now. Let's continue to my discussion in my room. Don't want to wake him. Of course, you know the title bestowed upon the people of this hamlet. Not that of the ninja, but that which represents the duty we carry out. Guardians of Stallful Hamlet. Yeah. Though there are no longer any who call us by that name. In fact, the last to know us as the Guardians was someone you may have heard of. The former Lord of Castamubria, Duke Guicard. That's Alwyn's father. You knew him? No, he died a century ago. I wasn't fortunate enough to know him personally. However, as the descendants of those who battled the Gilded Demon Lord alongside the Duke 500 years ago, we have continued to uphold our alliance with him across generations. What are you saying? You know what's going on? Manius took off somewhere called Luna Mundus. Moondus.
Moon. God damn it, Moon.
God damn it, Moon. Why is it always Moon? All roads lead to Moon. Tell him everything. Are you worried? Think the truth will be too much for him? Got a lot on his shoulders. Confidence in him speaks volumes. Wasn't a spur of the moment ruse, you now was it? I think my dear granddaughter would. When I speak with Ragnar tomorrow morning, I'll ask him what he thinks of you. Oh, give me a break. Terrible it is, you'll never get the chance. Oh no. Is our dear cat demon gonna make a terrible mistake? Unleash the ninja. Mont Blanc's gonna unleash the ninjas. That's Master Ragnar's sister. Oh. Save. Wild. All right. Oh no. Smells like smoke, another bad dream. No. What the? What's going on? Oh, I'm ready. It's coming.
The Falcon music approaches.
Falcon music approaches.
I don't think this is a new track, but you know.
It's not, no. The intro though was pretty well done though. Oh, anyway. Trails.
Yeah.
Maybe I have time for trails.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of time.
Like I said, I appreciate when games are serious in their content. Like
yeah.
it's one thing to be like, oh no, the world's ending. It's another to be like, oh no, people are dying. The world is ending. Demons are being summoned. Like people are being captured as slaves and being sacrificed for blood rituals. Like actual people being murdered. Like, you know.
Yeah.
It just goes to, I guess, there's like the story, and then there's like, okay, we're going to make the story like feel visceral, and I appreciate when that happens. So I look forward to seeing more of Sky Third, because that seems to be a decent part of what's happening. Are you okay? But I was saying that I think they go too easy on people in Ouroboros, other than, you know, Kevin actually doing assault impersonation of that guy, Professor.
No, he committed assault.
I know.
That's
he committed
2 words, by the way.
He committed assault. Yes. There's some of this horde. Throw with a scepter. Too late as usual. So yeah, I appreciate when that happened, and I know Louvet sacrificed himself, which was, you know, that brought his character to the conclusion of his arc, where, you know, he was kind of like walking the edge of being a terrorist and like trying to do what he believes is right to honor the memory of someone he cared dearly for. And him sacrificing himself was choosing the side of good against evil. And I really appreciated that arc. I'm still mad that Joshua seems to have left the sword there. I'm sure we will see it again. But I felt like that was a good conclusion to Sky's second. But, you know, I wish there was maybe a bit more allusions to like people that might have actually been killed in the attempted raising of the capital, or like all the soldiers fighting monsters without the herbal technology. You know what I mean?
Yes, but like stuff's happening. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. Oh, and tater tot. What kind of tater tot do you think Rue is? Like a crispy
Dinosaur
one?
shaped.
Dinosaur shaped tater tot? Yeah, that's fair. You think because I'm a vampire, I'm incapable of wielding light magic? Did she actually recover light magic while we were like doing our own thing?
Well, she never had it before, but she has it now.
Yeah. Upper girl sure have her hands with the key anyway. No need for me to stick around. Why are you here? Guardians. Not like we were expecting to see you living it up in the hot springs. We decided you were too busy checking out Super's butt anyway. That's a dirty, rotten lie. Obviously. Well, tell me you didn't notice? God, he did not know. Creeper. Oh, come on. It doesn't matter right now. Where are they? You want to see them? No, by the time I got it, they must have already gone out. Where'd they go? The door. They went to the door. Which door? Is it a sun door? Is it a moon door? Or is it a star door? Sun door, isn't it? We have to play mini games. But we'll be fine.
Yeah,
Please,
you have to put.
Bleh.
Well, he died before he could tell us
Yeah.
which kind of door it was.
That's the Trails the Third reference, by the way, chat. And we're back to this, I guess.
Yeah, we are.
I can't do a stabby or a magic.
You're in
Okay.
town. Why would you have to do a stabby?
Oh, sure.
Don't do a stabby in town.
Yeah. I suppose I'm not gonna have time for Trails anymore.
Or you're about to enter a dungeon.
We're about to enter a dungeon. I'll have more time for trails. Oh, he was wearing his expert shoes. He should not have done that. He was handicapping himself. They were weighted too, by the way. He should have pulled
They're actually heavier than this entire mountain.
Yeah.
Each,
yeah. That scene in the tuning exams or whatever from Naruto, that's still like one of the better scenes in anime that I have seen.
It's pretty iconic.
It is extremely iconic. I'm just gonna heal them real quick. That was a stock sound effect, wasn't it?
I mean, what do you want?
No, I'm just recognizing it because I vaguely remember hearing that somewhere when I was trying out Ragnarok. It sounds like the I think it's the teleportation music or the sound effect.
There's a very interesting connection between the Trails series and Ragnarok.
Really? What's the connection? Oh, look, it was a bunch of visitors.
Let me get it for you.
Don't go into the light. Except for this light, it's healing light. Don't go into that light though. They're like right next to each other, so just be very careful when you go into the light, because it might be the afterlife. It could be healing magic. Yeah, she went on ahead. I couldn't stop her. I don't think it worked. Even though you're healed, we're just gonna pretend you're injured still. Can't help you when you need it, but if you talk to her, she'll listen. You have to. You'll do it. Do it. Why don't you do it? All right, all in. Let's go. What about you, Agna? What are you gonna do from here on out? In my mind, I'm gonna do it. The guy who's really worthy of being her master, someone she could really trust more than anything I want to be myself. Well, I'm done running. We're gonna go. What? Contract's in place. Let's go. You can't face what's going on alone. Let's see him up again. Yeah. Careful. All right. Let me just speed this up so I can walking animation will end faster. My God, I love that in Trails. And in these older games that have been speed boosted. Aurora magic. Oh boy. All right. I can Trails finally. Oh boy.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so like, I think the doors are a cool mechanic. This level is this? I just wish that I could actually use any of the first like 4 doors I came across. Or was it the first 3? I've found 3.
Yeah, yeah. If I'm remembering correctly, there's like, hey, you like don't have the characters for this, or you're not a high enough level, or something like that, right?
Yeah, you don't have the character for this because the first one's Tita's, and that's like here's the tutorial door, and it was just I can't tell because Tita's comments on it. Is that like an actual memory of hers, or is that like a future, or like a?
If that's what I think it is, based off of the random message you sent me, that happened.
Okay, because Tina never mentions after she goes to the door that the memory was something that she personally recalled. She just says it doesn't seem like the memory was over, and that confused me because isn't that her memory? Like, why wouldn't she recall her a memory and the door like tying into that and like maybe showing something she forgot? So I was confused as to if it was like a real thing, if it was like a figment, or like a her memory got sealed or something, and it was just like, oh, here, we're gonna recall it, you know. So I'm still a little lost as to what the doors actually are, other than them being like a memory thing or memory adjacent. But the next one was like, okay, here's a little riddle to show what character you need, and it's Gisette from the Sky Bandits. Because it's like, bring me the girl who's in a band who flies or something, and it's like, okay, well that could be a couple people. I thought after I got Captain Schwartz that it would be her, but it's not. So it must be Gisette. Which I kind of find cool as a mechanic, where it's like, okay, well maybe you'll come across characters after you unlock them, and then you'll have to go back to the doors that you found to progress through them. And there are 3 types of doors. The moon doors are like long story segments. The star doors are short story segments, and then the sun doors are just like mini games. Which I assume, because like the way it works is it's like we're trapped in this like pseudo dimension thing where there's like just like a giant pillars like a stone that we can buy and sell and make quartz at. So the sun doors are just to farm materials eventually or something, which is like cool. Again, I didn't mention this before, I don't think, at least on stream, but I really like how Trails explains in-game mechanics away with the world building.
Yeah.
For example, you know, I think it's the first game. They're like, oh no, or no, between the first and the second game, they're like, something's going on with the monsters. It's really weird. Like they're stronger and they're like appearing in different places like they shouldn't be normally. And that's like to explain away why the monsters are now higher level, because you can carry your save data forward from 1 to 2. And so if you fought like level 15 monsters when you're like level 40, it's not really going to be much of a challenge. So they explain it away in the actual game lore why the monsters are higher level. And that's just a pretty cool like little tidbit that you don't normally see a whole lot. And then there's in the second game, something goes on that basically makes a large like EMP for all of the technology, and we have to carry around like little things that allow us to use our magic or like our technology, and you have to equip it in an accessory slot, because if you don't, then you just can't use your devices. And that's like a cool little limitation thing. It didn't last for too long, and by the time it really mattered, you had access to all your stuff again. But for the little time it was there, it was pretty neat, I have to say. And of course, I kept Tita on my team.
Because Tita's like the best.
Tita is like the best. But my character loadouts were basically all the characters I was forced to have, so like Estelle or Joshua, and all of the ranged characters I could stack. Because while I do like the combat in Trails, I like the abilities and like how they interact with each other and like the turn order and all that. I dislike the grid, because at some point, if you're running like melee characters and you don't have movement stacked on them completely, you're like multi-turn chasing people around the arena instead of fighting them.
Why? You have crafts.
Well, you have crafts. True. But I like saving my my combo points for the big S-arts, the S-crafts.
So I guess that's a you problem then.
It is me. Yeah, it's definitely me problem. because I made the mistake in the first game with playing on hard, which was fine. And then when I played the second game originally, I carried my save data forward and I couldn't edit the file to make it not hard, so I was just kind of suffering. When I restarted the game, I picked easy, and honestly, if you're just fighting like everything you come across, you don't actually need to like do any like crafts or arts at all. You can just mash attack and just murderize everything. Did I go? This feels like I'm going backwards.
Wait, so you went from hard to easy instead of just going to normal?
Yeah, because I wanted to play the story, and it had been forever since I'd played like Sky 2, and I wanted to actually get through the game instead of like bouncing off of it again. Because now that I'm more invested in the story, I think I might do. I mean, I will do normal on 0, but I went down to easy just so that I can get through it and not have to like think too much, because I wanted to enjoy the story. Now that I'm like, I wanted to get invested.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. I'm just surprised you went down 2 difficulty steps instead of just going down 1.
Yeah, I would have. I think I thought about it for a little bit, but I didn't put a whole lot of. I didn't think about it that much. Okay, this.
Oh, anyway.
But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed Sky 2. I like the story. So
yeah, it's good.
I tend to like, again, major spoilers. I tend to like stories that have like an old civilization that's like more advanced, that people are like trying to uncover and research secrets of. And so I appreciated it when more of that came to light in the end of Sky 2. And it was real neat. I went the wrong way again, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're back here. If this was not your intent, then yes.
Oh,
also, you should try out that new magic you just got.
Good. It's a multi-aid, isn't it?
Probably.
That's the wrong way, I think. I'm not quite sure where I'm supposed to go. Talk to the sign. Talk to the sign. Large hole ahead. Okay. So yeah, now I've started Sky 3. I noticed that there is save data carryover, but I looked it up.
Yeah.
And apparently it only like counts a couple things and just gives you like a starting.
Yeah, it's a nice little bonus, but it's not gonna.
Know what it actually counted or does. Because like you play as Kevin as the main character in 3.
Yeah.
And basically, as soon as you get to where you're actually like going to do fights and combat and stuff, the game is like, okay, we're gonna just take all your force now. And his equipment is basically reset. So maybe I just didn't get what would carry over, because I didn't 100% the game, and I wasn't following like any guide or anything. I was just playing the game. So maybe I just didn't get what would carry over. It's pretty strong magic, by the way. But either way, I enjoy Sky 3 because it's a bit more serious. Well, like it's not more serious. Then again, I haven't played too much of it. But given that I know that little bit of spoiler about that door and the fact that we're playing as Kevin, like a agent.
So what it gives you is either some Sepith, which I don't think it's taken, right? Just quartz.
Yeah.
Or an accessory, I think, if you maxed out your rank in the last game.
Okay. Because, like, in the very beginning of Sky 3, there's, like, a thing on the ground that you can pick up near the beginning. That is probably that Sepith. Because it's like, who left the Sepith here? That's weird.
Yeah, it was probably that.
Okay. That would make sense. Yeah, it was like a bunch of Sepith she started. Because I can see myself grinding enemies in that game just to sell for money. Because that's kind of what I did in Sky 2. Like, I fought everything I came across, and then I farmed some shiny palms. And then when I needed money, which was not very often, I just sold a bunch of Sepith after I bought every quartz that I needed or wanted. So I might do more like semi-grinding in this game. Though, I do have to question why they changed the shiny palms.
They are just going to become less prominent over time.
I get that, but I'm actually curious as to why.
I mean, I couldn't tell you.
I know you couldn't tell me, because you can't really read the mind. But the way I see it is if they wanted to change the way people grinded in the game, I'm curious if they added another way to do it. Because if you're going to grind in the game, you're going to grind in the game regardless of whether or not there's a shining palm being like one of the easy targets to grind for.
Don't use any more of that one.
Yeah, I saw I have 11 out of 10. Because shiny palms were just like massive XP, like balloons. And they're very good to farm.
You're just gonna walk away from that?
I'm just gonna double check back here real quick because I didn't do these balloons or lanterns or whatever they are. Pots hanging from the ropes. And I figured if you're gonna
from the sky ceiling,
if people are going to grind, you might as well give them an easy-ish way to do so. Or at least not remove the way that is established to do so. Because grinding shiny palms, while a pain, was not the worst. And they were well worth the time.
I don't know. I found myself able to clear all of these games without any grinding. So
yeah, I mean,
I don't have any sort of insight.
I was mostly grinding them for the Sepith because they gave me every Sepith instead of like having to fight a couple different enemy types to get all the Sepith types. Right. I made like I like to make like 4 of each quartz just so that I can have enough to stack. I don't know. I just felt like crafting a whole bunch of quartz. But the palms were cool to fight. I like them as like an enemy concept. And I figured if you're going to remove them, that there is another way to get a bunch of Sepith really fast. Other than running through multiple maps to get back to where the
so I remember the method in the Crossbell games. At the very least, I don't think I did much grinding in Zero, but I did grind a bit for Sepith in Azure. And the way I did that was Sepith bonus. AT bonuses?
What was the second one?
Sepith bonus.
Oh, on the attack turn.
AT bonuses.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure those were in Sky.
Yeah. I just didn't see them as being like... Well, maybe I just didn't take advantage of them as much as I could have.
You're probably not taking advantage of them as much as you could be. They scale really high with stuff that does a large number of hits.
I see. Like Estelle's Barrage.
Estelle's Barrage.
Yeah,
And
but
there's a character in Azure that's a bunch of hits in an AoE.
That's pretty good.
So you just farm her craft. I think it's her S craft.
Looks like treasure.
Yeah.
On AT bonus on
that
separate
was-
bonus turns.
I was figuring Joshua's would be pretty good too.
So
Unless he
you
does,
just do
one
that.
hit on everything. Yeah. Okay.
I don't
that
remember.
really makes- I don't think I ever really looked into that too much, other than making sure like the enemies didn't get crits on AT.
Yeah, you
bonuses.
should be. I think Sky the Third is the most in depth and egregious with those turns, because I think this is the game where they start introducing death blow AT bonus,
Oh yeah.
where
Good to watch out for.
you let the enemy get that, they will just kill you.
Yeah.
So,
Also,
you know,
I do find crafting food in the game to be very, very useful. Because you can make food for pretty cheap that like will just revive people.
yeah.
Again, I just like a lot of the mechanics in Trails games so far. Like the actual game mechanics themselves.
Yeah.
The quest board that has stuff on it that's not like required, but you can go out of your way for. And then the little tidbits that's like, oh no, I heard the hot spring's having trouble. I wonder if you could do anything to help. Did it.
17 mushrooms. Hope you didn't eat any.
I think I ate 2.
Pretty smooth.
Well.
Oh well.
Oh well. Yeah.
All
So,
right. Hit that save
yeah.
point.
Whew, time to take a breather.